Hey friends and fellow creators, this is Eric from Erik QUINN Art. In honor of 1,000 likes on my Facebook page, I can't believe there's over 1,000 of you now. I'm just doing some live pouring, and we're going to be doing green, lots of green obviously. And I'm just finishing up mixing out my paints now, so I'm just getting the right consistency for everything. Working with some kind of crazy colors, and I've got my fiance with me here helping me film. You see all these colors I'm working with? So I've got this like really dark forest green. This one's perfect, the consistency is really cool. So I mixed black, blue, and green to get this color. I got a ton of white because I always use this as my base color and a separator between all the colors I use. I got this really obnoxious neon chartreuse color going on. Yeah. And then I've got some teal going on as well. So I guess this doesn't really qualify as green, but I thought it'd make a cool effect with the chartreuse. So we're going to get started. Today I'm using Floetrol, so I'm not going to be torching. Some other artists have said that they've gotten some headaches and stuff from torching Floetrol, so I stopped doing that. And also, when you're using Floetrol, you don't really get a lot of cells from torching it anyway. It creates cells. So I'm using Floetrol and Tremo lubricant, and we actually went on a search today to Dick's Sporting Goods to find this stuff, and it's actually more expensive there than it is on Amazon, so I'll wait with my prime and get it there. We're also in the studio today, so we've got our lighting set up. So just doing a quick pan over. And I'm also recording for my YouTube channel at Erik QUINN Art as well, so we've got a second camera going.
And Trish says hello from Sydney.
Oh, hey Trish. Oh, yeah, Trish, you said that you'd give me free room and board, right, if I go to Australia? I'm serious about that. We'd love to go to Australia, right, Tal?
I would.
All right.
I think one of my in-laws is from there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. So we're going to be pouring on some records that Tobias went ahead and primed with some gesso. And the gesso I like to use is just this Liquitex Basics. It's pretty pricey. It's like $10 US, but it goes a really long way, like a little...
She says yes, we can come.
Yeah, it's sweet. Australia it is. So yeah, 2 dollops of this and goes like across the whole thing. I only do like one simple base coat. And you don't always need gesso, obviously for canvas they already come pre-gesso, but for vinyl I found that if you don't, it kind of like lifts off the sides so your paint doesn't adhere. So that's why we have this gesso down.
It's very St. Patrick's
It is.
Day. What time is it in Sydney? Is it 13? Are they 13 hours ahead?
Yeah, how far ahead are you? It's about, what, 9:30 p.m. here? We're in Eastern Standard Time in the US, so...
Hi, Marquita. Is that how they say their name?
Is it Marquita?
It says Marquita Allen.
Correct us if we're wrong. Oh, Marquita? No way. Okay, so I used to work with Marquita, and I haven't heard from Marquita in a long time. Hey, Marquita. So we're just going to be separating here. I'm going to do white first. And I have this habit of always doing white first. I don't really know why, but then it lands on top, and so when you're creating cells, it creates really cool webbing effects and stuff like that. So I'm just going to start with some white. And then I'm going to go kind of from light to dark. So we're going to kind of line them up this way. So I'm going to go from the chartreuse to green to teal to forest.
Diana says hello from New Hampshire.
Hey, Diana. And you'll see right away we've already got some cells in this cup. And that's because there's the Tremo silicone in there. I'm actually going to take a drop and put it in between. Just one drop. Is this even open? It is. And then I'm going to pour some white. This is metallic green, which is really, really cool. It's I'm using all Artist Loft materials right now from Michaels. So I don't know if you guys have that. I know in Australia you guys don't, but this is like this really cool.
Willow Jennings.
Hey, Willow.
Caitlin Garner.
I've mixed that
Georgia.
with this Michaels fluid acrylic. So this flow acrylic is really cool because it's a giant bottle. And this bottle is $10, but it lasts forever. I think how many fluid ounces is this? It's 1 quart. We use weird measurements.
Trish wants to know why some of the colors sink when you put them in. They sink to the bottom.
So with metallics, I actually noticed that a lot more. I don't know a lot about density and stuff. And actually, Tobias, you're the scientist, so you should be figuring out this stuff for me. I'm just saying.
I say gravity. Anytime you pour anything on top of something that's equal weight, it's gonna.
Yeah, but sometimes when I'll pour like blacks, they'll float, or like even silver. It'll
Could
just
be
stay
what
on
they
the
make it
surface.
out of. Like
I feel like it has to do with density and paint material, but that's actually a really good question. So if you find the answer I want to know, please message me and tell me because it's a mystery. And I'm kind of like just doing stuff willy nilly. There's not really. I'm just experimenting tonight. So, but if you guys have any questions about what I'm doing, like I'm always open to talking about technique. It's not a secret. So.
see that blue just sunk right to the bottom.
Yeah. And I want the white to blend with the blue, so I'm not going to separate them. I always try to pour right in the middle of my cup too. Like you can get cool effects by spinning your paint around in there, but I really like to just kind of keep it central and try to aim for the middle of the cup.
I've seen people like put sticks in their cups.
Yeah, sometimes I'll stick right in the middle, and Tobias is like, "Don't do that, you're gonna ruin it." But I don't know. It's all about like the journey.
I like to just like experiment.
See with this green, it didn't sink. This is what we're talking about. So this has black in it, and anytime I pour solid black or just black mixed in a color, it tends to lift, and I don't know what that's about. So
I'm gonna say it's because you don't have as much water in it as the others. So
okay.
that's probably a little thicker. It has more paint.
Okay.
I know that sounds like opposite of what it should do, but I think that's probably gonna be why. If you put more water in there, I bet it would sink like all the others.
No, I think you're probably right. And you see inside of my cup, I don't know if you can see that, but there's webbing on the side of the cup, which is a good indicator that I'll get some webbing on my canvas. It's just a silicone making the paint, resistant from the cup.
That looks very St. Patrick-y.
It does. I'm really stoked about it. I'm actually going to throw a little bit more blue. I don't want it to be so obnoxiously chartreuse, and I think that chartreuse is going to try to take over. I don't want that. It'd be like a really neon canvas.
Willow is saying that that white is the thickest color, but I think in this case you put a lot of water in your white this time.
I do. My white is... I like to keep it a little bit thinner than the other colors. When I'm mixing, I don't use like an exact... I just put out a video about my recipe, but I don't like to use an exact like measuring cup style or weighing your paints or any of that. It's always by eye, but somehow with my white, I just like it to be a little bit thinner.
Rhonda Hess says, "Hi, Eric."
Hey, Rhonda. All right, we're gonna do the pour now. I'm excited too. So
I'm excited. I just want to see it.
There? Yeah, cell action. All right, so the gesso isn't even like totally dry yet. We did this right before, but it won't really affect anything because it acts just like white paint. So I'm gonna take this and not pour right on the hole. So I'm just gonna take the whole thing. Let me just. And I have it offset just a little bit like this, and I'm just going to flip. So lately what I've been doing is sticking a pin in the top and letting it move on its own because it releases the suction, but I'm just going to do a pour and see how it goes. You can see that there's cells already forming up in there. Which is pretty rad.
Oh, that's really nice. Hold on. It's not focusing, but...
Is it okay? Zoom out a little bit?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah.
Wow. You got a lot of really nice webbing.
Yeah. Alright, I'm just going to let go. Well, I say that I'm going to keep going a little bit, maybe all the way around. There we go. And a lot of people ask me why I use so much paint. I don't really have a real answer to that. But with the materials I use, especially since I started using Floetrol instead of glue, I haven't had a lot of issues with crazing or anything like that. So I don't like to tip as much because I don't want to lose all my effects. So I do use quite a bit of paint. Someone actually sent me a chart that was really useful. It was like, for this size of canvas, use this many ounces of paint. And I think I might try it out just for conservation's sake, but there's actually not too much runoff right now. I used to use too little paint, and then I'd be really sad because I'd lose all the forms that I had, so. And you'll see I'm just tipping really slowly. This is my first live stream, guys, so I'm really happy that you're all here. And what you're seeing in these forms, you'll see with the record, the only issue is that it goes towards the middle, so it's also kind of a cool star effect, though, but you see it all kind of going towards the middle and falling in. It almost creates like a black hole effect in the middle. I like this color scheme a lot, though. What do you think, Toe?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Someone is suggesting music to play during these streams, but we didn't want to put music on just because we didn't want to take away from the paint, but we do want to make sure.
We did have Spotify going in the background, but
it was a little too much.
It was a little too much, yeah. I usually do play music, though. I listen to a lot of weird music. I don't listen to like a specific genre, so I like Yonzi. He's the singer from Sigur Rós. I listen to him a lot. Yeah.
On the movement.
Some other, if you guys have music recommendations, please let me know, because I'm always looking for new music to listen to. I'm really into music.
So they want. Trish is asking why you don't just plug the hole.
A lot of people do that with tape on the bottom, and I've done that before. But I kind of like the effect that it gives, because it's almost like everything is reaching out towards the outside of the circle. I don't know, like, I could plug it up with my finger now and kind of, mitigate that, but I don't know. And we have a second record that we're going to do, too. I don't know if it'll be on this pour or if it'll just be a separate video. If you guys are up for a second pour, I'll do one with different colors, or a different pattern. I might just do a dirty pour instead of the flip cup on this, because it does seem to work really well on records.
You could try a swipe on that one.
Yeah, I might do a swipe on the other one, yeah.
If y'all want to see another pour but a swipe, just...
Yeah.
Someone says to get a cheap record player and spin these out.
That'd make an awesome video. I'd really like to see that, actually.
And where do you get your records?
Oh, so these were actually, there's a vintage shop. I used to live in Atlanta, and we just walk down, and these records are like $1. And they're like really old, random compilations of classical music. And I'm a huge classical music fan, so sometimes I feel guilty pouring on them, but... And I'm actually losing a lot of my forms in this pour. I don't know if it's just because I'm so focused on you guys, but I lost a lot of my shape in here.
It's still really beautiful, though. I think it looks really cool. Very oceany.
Yeah.
And you have a lot of cells, which I really like.
A lot of times if I have an empty gap like I do here at the bottom, and this might serve as a good example just as a lesson, because sometimes I'll do pours and I'll be like, well, this is great, but I have this blank space here. I'll either take the pour that I already did in this same cup, which, by the way, look how cool it looks on the inside. So I'll take this and I'll just kind of pour in here, or I'll just take like a stick, or I'll pour some white and do a swipe across. It just depends on what the vibe is and what I'm feeling. These aren't like commission or sales pieces or anything like that. So we're just gonna kind of have some fun with it. I'm just gonna kind of fill in this space that I have, and if it doesn't look exactly how I want it, that's okay, but I'm just gonna push. Now I have some extra paint so that when I push, I'm not losing so much and I still cover all the space that I want. Because what I really don't want to lose is all this. I really like this ribbing that's going on in here, but I have a feeling I'm gonna lose it. So.
Someone is asking if you're going to use a torch on this.
Oh, yeah, so with Floetrol, and I'm using Floetrol in this pour, I am not going to torch, because whenever people torch with Floetrol, they get migraines and some adverse health stuff going on. I do torch when I use Elmer's Glue All, and I have a video about that. It's called Sunset Swipe, where I pour instead with Floetrol. I use Elmer's Glue All. You can also torch, I want to say, with GAC 800. I don't have any GAC on me right now, but with Floetrol, I don't torch, no.
Should we try the swipe?
Yeah, I think I'm going to swipe it. For now, I'm just going to kind of leave it alone for a second and see how I feel. So, when you're getting your consistency right, I did just release a video about this, but if you want to check it out, but you just always, you want to get a continuous stream off the tip of your stick. So if you don't see this, if it's clumpy or broken, like it's lopping off or anything like that, you either want to add a little bit more water, like not a lot, or a little bit of whatever pouring medium you're using. And then if it's too thin, just add in a little bit more paint. Sometimes that can be like exponential. I've had a cup of white that's like all the way up to the top, but
All right, I'm excited.
yeah, this one might actually need some more water. Oh no, I think we're good. And... okay.
Thanks, Rhonda. I'm really sorry about the freezing, guys, but if it freezes, just let us know. We'll fix it. But I'm pretty excited to see you do a swipe.
Yeah.
Do you have a material for it?
Yeah, I have some Bristol, so I can break it out if we need to. But I'm gonna do a dirty pour on this and just see how it goes first. There we go.
Hi, Jill.
Like Jill?
Jill.
Hey, Jill.
Jill is giving us like 1,000 hearts.
Jill is our IRL friend. I'm starting with some white. I'm actually going to go backwards. We're going to start. Actually
Stop fitting me. I am the nerd here. I accept.
He's the real nerd. I'm just the artist.
I like that green.
Is so cool.
Yeah. Did you use 2 metallic colors or just that one?
No, just the one. But I mixed it just with normal flat fluid white or fluid green.
More treadmill silicone?
Yep, just one drop. I just want to create some more like distinguishable cells in this one because I feel like they broke up in the other one, so we'll see.
He always pours his paints like right in the center of the cup, and I kind of swirl mine around.
Yeah, he goes crazy.
I do. I try zigzags
like I said,
and circles.
I'm a control freak, so sometimes I'll do circles, but that's only when I'm feeling really adventurous.
It says my volume went weird. I'm sorry. How's that? Is that better? I've had my hand over the microphone.
We're terrible hosts.
I know, we're really bad.
I'm kidding. It's the first one.
This is his first live stream, but hopefully we'll get the hang of it, and we have some new equipment coming for these videos. So, yeah, hopefully we will learn not to put. I'll learn not to put my hand over the microphone eventually. Yeah, it's doing this weird focus unfocus thing, which I really don't like. I wish I could turn that off, but we'll figure it out. Jill keeps giving us hearts. I like that.
Yeah, we actually had Jill and her daughter over, and we taught her how to do some fluid art. That was cool. So we're gonna go back.
I really like these. The blue is really oceany, and I like that.
Yeah,
it really fits well. I was kind of questioning
the choice of
your
blue.
color decisions.
I just didn't want it to be all green, I thought it'd be too much. And then this is almost yellow, and that's blue, so I figured they'd make some sort of green together.
And this was like a neon green. You were like, I want to do these colors, and I was like, I support your decisions.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, Amy. Amy from Holmes, too.
Oh.
Hey,
hi.
Amy. All right. I think we're all set. I'm also going to do the thing that Toe doesn't like and just stick a stick right in there. What? But check out the stick.
Light up all
these cells on it. It's just too shiny.
Yeah, it's cool.
All right.
I'm opposed, but you did it anyway. It's fine. Trish thinks we're cool.
Thanks, Trish.
All right, so this time you're going to do dirty pour?
I'm just going to do dirty pour.
And this was
a flip cup.
flip cup, so now we're gonna do a dirty pour.
Alright. If I get it all over your phone, I'm not responsible.
Oh, well, I did leave my phone just sitting there. Ooh. Whoa. Wow. That shine,
Yeah,
that metallic.
that was a good decision.
Yeah. It's really cool.
I feel like being bad in torching this, but I really don't think it would do too much. So
It won't do anything probably. Jill says it's so awesome.
Thank you, Jill.
And Chris says it's neat, so...
I appreciate you guys watching. What time is it where you guys are? It's like, what, about 10 here?
It's
Yeah, we're in the Eastern time zone,
it's
so...
almost 10 o'clock.
I know for all you Aussies watching, I have no idea what time it is there, if you're, like, getting up and making coffee, or...
Trish said it was 98 degrees. I hope you mean Fahrenheit, not Celsius, because that'd be really hot.
It's about 60 Fahrenheit here right now.
Chris says it's 3:23 a.m., so I don't know where he is.
Jeez, Chris. I appreciate you watching.
He's being facetious, I think.
I don't know. I would probably be up till 3:23 just watching painting videos too.
It's Jill's Chris.
Oh, that Chris. I see. I see. It's 3:23 somewhere.
Octopus legs. Somebody says it looks like octopus legs. It does kind
It does, yeah, like tentacles. Alright, I'm capping the bottom now with my hand because everything was sinking towards there, so I'm just gonna...
You should maybe try to fill that hole with some paint.
Mm-hmm, thinking about it.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Crystal says it's almost 9 here, so she must be a time zone ahead of us, or behind us.
Behind, yeah. Cool. Come on. Just want to get that edge, but I don't want to lose my shape.
Trish says it's almost 1 in the afternoon.
Dang.
Almost 7 o'clock in California. That is amazing.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
Way to go.
There we go. We got the blue in. All I have to do is cover this gap. I just don't want to mess it up.
And this is in honor of Eric's reaching 1,000 followers on Facebook.
Okay, I want to cover this gap, you guys, but I'm really scared. I think I'm just going to do a quick like band across, like this. And I think it'll kind of go in line with everything else that's going on. I don't want to ruin it, so we'll see.
I think you covered it pretty well.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think this came out better than the other one, but let's pan across both.
So this one, what is this one again?
This is a dirty pour.
A dirty pour?
So I just took the cup and, just poured on. This is a flip cup.
I like them both.
Yeah, me too.
That's really cool. Let us know what you guys think. Let's take a vote. We got the dirty pour over here. Which one you like better? I'll go ahead and zoom in on the cells here.
And I'll definitely be resining these both. I'll probably make a video or a live of just, doing some resin.
Or this one, which was a flip cup.